do the countdown.
I usually hear.
Okay, good morning. Today we are continuing with those rates. We are doing Po30. It's a PO. This is really important to know. I can write the unit rate for a given ratio. Okay, so we're thinking about those ratios, and we are going to turn it into a unit rate. We use this all the time in everyday life. So, first thing we have to do is know what a unit rate is. A unit rate is a rate or ratio or fraction with a denominator of 1. So when we want to find that unit rate, we always want to turn that denominator to 1 using those equivalent fractions. Same scale factor, whatever we do to the denominator to make it go to 1, we do the same thing to the numerator. So if we have $12 for 3 gallons of gas, what would be our unit rate? So our question is, how much money per gallon? How much money are we spending on 1 gallon of gas? So how would I find that? What do you think, Luke?
Divide $12 by 3.
Why would I do that?
Because 3 gallons goes down to 1 gallon, and 3 divided by 3 equals 1.
I want to bring that 3 down to 1. In order to do that, I have to divide by 3. So whatever, same scale factor, whatever I do to my denominator, I'm doing to my numerator. So 3 divided by 3 got me 1 gallon. $12 divided by 3 gets me $4. So 1 gallon of gas would cost $4. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, so 280 miles in 4 hours. So if I'm driving, I know it's going to take me 4 hours to go 280 miles. Well, how many miles per hour? So what is my rate of speed? What do I want to put my speedometer at? What can I set my cruise control at so I can go 280 miles in 4 hours? When we are driving, that speedometer tells us how fast we're going per hour, miles per hour, the MPH. Driving through Wisconsin, it was 70 miles per hour was the speed limit. Let's see what I would want to set my cruise control at to go 280 miles if I want to get there in 4 hours. What would it be, Amala?
Like the answer, or how to get there?
Walk me through it.
Okay, so to get 4 to 1, you have to divide 4. So you would also, whatever you do to the denominator, you do to the numerator. So you would divide 280 by 4, and that gets you 70.
Perfect. I would want to set my cruise control at 70 miles per hour. If I want to get there, I know I'm going 280 miles to get to my aunt's house. I'm going to set my cruise at 70 miles per hour, and I know it'll take me 4 hours to get there. 35 claps in a quarter of a minute. I've got the mathy side of me going. I'm not the musician side. It's been a long time since I played my flute. I don't know claps per minute, but I know how to figure it out. I can't give you a good example on when you need to do this, but I bet Ms. Frailer can give us an example. So, if I can do 35, holy cow, I can do 35 claps in 1/4 of a minute. So my question is how many claps can I do in 1 minute? Because we want that 1 on the bottom. So how many claps per minute? I go from 1/4 and turn it into a 1? What math do I have to do? Harper. Oh, multiplied by what? So if I have 1/4, I'm going to put it up here, and Harper says multiply it by 4. Well, when I'm multiplying fractions, I want to multiply fractions, so a whole number, we put a 1 underneath. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. And I want to simplify this as much as I can. 4 over 4 is what, David?
1.
1 whole. So if you are given a whole number as your denominator, we're dividing it down to get to 1. If you're given a fraction as your denominator, you multiply up to get to 1. 1/4 times those 4, we have 4 1/4s. So think about baking. Can't do the clapping, I do like to bake though. If I have 4 1/4 cups and I put it all together, it's going to give me 1 whole cup. So if we're given that fraction, we have to multiply up to get to that whole number. So if I multiply 1/4 times 4 to get 1 minute, how many claps am I doing in that minute, Harper? 140 claps. Now the one thing that I was forgetting to do, I started off here with the dollar. This one I forgot to put my label. 70 miles per hour, 140 claps per minute. You do need to label. When we're working with unit rates, you need to put your labels. Okay, so we're not just going to put 140, we're going to put 140 claps. To find the unit rate, write the rate as a fraction and simplify it to have a denominator of 1. By this, you're calculating how much of the numerator would equal 1 unit of the denominator, thus the name unit rate, because we're finding 1 unit. So again, if it's a whole number as your denominator, you divide down. A fraction, you multiply up. And you do need to put your labels. So it does say show your work. So I do expect us to show the work that we're doing to get our answer. So the showing our work is pretty basic. What do you think I have to put? 18 apples over 6 baskets. What do I have to put to show my work? What do you think, Graham? So to show my work, I can put what scale factor I'm using. Divide by 6. Okay, I'm not asking for a ton of work to be shown here because we can do a lot, mental math, we can use our calculators, but show me what calculations you're doing. What are you dividing by? What are you multiplying by? So Graham says we divide by 6. What's 18 apples divided by 6, Graham? 3 apples. So I'm going to label it. What am I going to put on the bottom, Graham? 1 basket. So 3 apples in 1 basket. So labels matter. Put your labels. Show me what scale factor you're using. What are you dividing by? What are you multiplying by? That's the work that I want seen. Don't just say in your head, oh, I'm going to divide by 6. Actually write it out. Okay. We do have some word problems at the bottom. Try to see if you can figure it out on your own. Now, when you are finished, because people have noted this is a 1-pager, exciting stuff. Okay. When you are finished, it's not free time. It is math class. It's our math theology block. Work on your math packet. Examine your conscience. So pull that paper back out from theology. Go through those 10 commandments. Read through those questions. Start preparing yourself for tomorrow. Okay. You get done with all of that, then you can work on your math master's binder, if you have a math master's binder, you can work on work for other things, but it must be calm and quiet. We are not getting together with neighbors to work on math packets together. You're working on your own today. If you are watching this at home, I hope you are well, and I hope you have a good day. Have a wonderful day.